Welcome
Ah,
back. We have a fun session planned that we do. We do have
oh,
some new art as well, as I'm sure you all have already seen. I hope you enjoy it. So let's recap, everyone. Let's get right into it because we have a very busy, fun, and special session tonight after our great old cliffhanger that we went on and left on. And we're going to be paying homage to my birthday these next couple sessions. So it's a little fan service for me. But recap it, y'all. What all happened last session? Because
All right.
a lot happened.
So we were set up to meet with some guy, right? And he's like, "Oh, give me some money and I'll give you some information." And we're like, "Here's the money. Where's our information?" He's like, "Here's the information." And then we're like, "Where's our money?" And he's like, "What?" And we're like, "Yeah, where's our money?" And then we beat him up. And he gave us
oh
back
yeah,
our
we
money.
totally did.
And then he's like, "But I was promised that you guys would pay me." And we're like, "Well, we didn't promise anything, so bugger off." And so we left him there like that in the middle of the riots. He's fine. Yeah, and then we arrived at a cabin in the woods with Ginger in it, and it's that Spider-Man gif where we're all like, "Hey, that's," and the dragon was like, "No, that's not," and we're like, "Yeah," and the dragon's like, "No, it's not," and they were like, and they were like, but in the end we were right. So we found Ginger, Ginger
And nobody died.
from the backstory. Y'all remember Ginger?
Yeah, Ginger,
Ginger,
Haley's sister.
yeah, allegedly.
Whose sister?
Wait,
Yeah.
Whose
Yeah.
sister?
Haley.
Oh, I thought you said Haley. I was like, who is Haley?
I heard that too.
I also might have heard that.
It's like, who is Haley? Since the wind.
Haley's Ginger's
She's a
sister.
fan fiction princess.
I'm just assuming, though her name's not Haley, I just assumed Halsey. I was just like, Halsey and Princess Peach get up. I was like, what the shit? No. But continue.
Yes, so then we clicked our heels together 3 times and arrived at the castle,
Yes.
where we eavesdropped on the king talking about how he doesn't want to kill his own son just because he's maybe having a little bit of a fling with one of
Ooh.
those
Ooh.
unfavorable. Yeah.
We're missing some grave details there, but okay.
Oh, what am I
Continue.
missing?
Well, you forgot about, what he specifically said was he didn't want to kill his heir.
Yes, that's true. He did say that. I
But
did catch
continue.
that.
But continue,
It's
because
not
right
the
after.
old guy. He doesn't care.
No, it's true. I did remember that coming up. That was important. Yeah, and then we all, while instead of going out to greet him or anything and let him know that the people were maybe a little bit unhappy, we all just went to sleep. We figured the situation would solve itself in the future without our problems. And then we woke up in a dream where we just got to wish for stuff and it came true. And that's
yes.
where we're
That's the nightmares.
But what did you guys dream of?
Freedom!
wishing for stuff. Hamlet
Yeah.
granting our wishes.
Mm-hmm.
And my wish was to be the new Hamlet, so he sucks on that.
Well, you specifically said you wanted to touch the egg. You did not say you wanted to become
I believe
Hamlet.
I said I wanted to have the egg.
You said you wanted to touch it. I remember.
These are.
I just did the highlights for this. You said you wanted to touch the egg. Which you did.
Well,
But
it seems that the intent was intentionally misunderstood.
uh-huh.
I've been cheated. I would like to revert what my answer was at the end there.
No free
No.
wishes.
Absolutely not. This genie cannot get,
No
some short-term
mulligans.
memory loss.
Well, you know what? Then it changes nothing. My character development
Yeah.
has suddenly hit a standstill. I'm back to where I was before this.
You are fine. But yes, so you wish to touch the egg / possibly possess it / possibly become Hamlet, but allegedly.
Well, definitely not become Hamlet. I'm just hamming that one up a little bit.
Yeah, of course. You would never want to become him. And then Winslow, what did you dream for?
The dwarves and elves to be free.
Yes, you did. And Zminiar had no dreams. And Herbo dreamed that Gilly, I believe, would come back alive.
Yes.
So, Miles, please continue your rendition of our recap.
So we walked around the garden in this newfound world and found Gilly tending to the flowers. However, I believe there was a price to be paid, and in exchange for Gilly's life, apparently you can just sacrifice another person's life, and that person was her mother. In exchange for freedom of the elves and dwarves. Well, I don't think we actually really went too in depth, so find out next time, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is now, so hang on to your butts.
Right.
And then lastly, in exchange for, I guess, touching the egg, total scam, really big scam.
MLM.
I gave up access to my butler. He's free now, but I guess that also.
Wait, was that really the consequence?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, no one's seen him or heard from him, and he ran away. So, like,
Because he hates you.
no, we were always best friends. It wasn't even about slavery, so it's not just because he's free, mind you. It's always been a friendship thing. That's explicitly stated.
It's like if like Diogenes didn't accept when his slave ran away.
Look, I mean, we had a shared goal. Whether or not he was a slave was never discussed, and I never treated him as such. In any case, so we went back to sleep the next day, and we had the opportunity to hit that Control-Z real hard. And most of us voted no Control-Zs. This is the real life now.
Bingo bongo. Anyone
That's
else?
that.
My God, what a fucking recap!
Oh yeah, no.
That was
We're-
spectacular.
We're just getting started.
That's the recap.
But you guys missed one so important thing.
You guys.
Yeah, there's a.
You
Actually,
ran
I-
into your favorite person,
Hagatha?
Duke Luke Bredden Gelbsworth.
Oh yes.
I think we all tried to collectively forget that we've read into.
Technically speaking, I
Oh.
think he ran into us.
He did.
Yeah, we're
Technically,
not.
He was
He's
walking
not
down the
important
hall.
for us to run into him. God.
You don't know that, now do you?
I'm pretty sure we do. I'm pretty sure he's a bit higher on the totem pole.
Yeah. No. Oh, Duke Luke. Duke Luke, Brendan Gelbsworth. What a boy. What a boy. But that is a wonderful recap. Thank you, Miles. Now, I'm waiting to see if you guys can hear outside my house because I think my neighbors are being loud, which means I have to close the patio door. I'm sorry. I'm just going to close it because I'm paranoid. Sorry, Cusco. Everyone say, sorry, Cusco. All right. So, you all chose to keep this life. And with Gilly being alive, again, spoiler alert, Gilly is alive, dwarves and elves are free, and the queen is dead. And Jarvis is still missing. But it's been a month since Gilly has been brought back to life.
Ooh.
While you all stayed around the castle, relaxing for the most part or training, all seemingly, everything seems normal. As some blanks were filled in for you all because you were told by Gilly that you attended her mother's funeral, but you guys certainly don't remember that because you guys never experienced it. You learned that the queen did die in her sleep, apparently suddenly, Everyone attended the funeral, and the king, since the death, has been much more secluded. Now that all of his children are near young adults, as Gilly is in her teens, and Hamlet and Harold are either in their late teens or early 20s at this point, he tends to stick with only dealing with political matters and is very reclusive nowadays, not as sharp and hard fisted as he used to be. Winslow, the family that you helped save and get to Benedict while on your 4-year journey still works for the castle, but they now have their own home, thankfully. And you tend to see the kids on the street always running up to you as you just stare at them, I presume. And they're just like, look at my carved stoned wood statues. From what you guys can tell, Saris is still missing, and Harold has been working with a small team to find her. He's stayed in Florentine and doesn't really visit the castle often this past month or so. And when he does, it's a very hostile environment as he's constantly arguing with King Goodwin, his father. Hamlet is still in Cuckoo, as you guys had learned, but as you ask and pry about him, there's no contact that says they've actually seen him. It's just that he's apparently there,
Oh.
but there's no additional information when it comes to that.
Anything about Solomon?
We're getting there, don't worry.
Mm.
Gilly has been living her life as normal. She's constantly asking to move out at this point. She wants to go live in a small farming area in Berry Valley, as this town apparently is having some still rumors of elven women missing and dwarvish men still working as if they were slaves. So this town is still just running on old law at this point. And the king, of course, says no. He kind of keeps her tightly in the palace at most times, or at least within Benedict. And that is in the upper class society and or wherever she's delivering her fruits and vegetables to keep her quiet. If you guys are wandering about and you maybe walk by the Adventurers Guild, you don't see Kate or Ginger, and no one in the town of Benedict recalls seeing or hearing of them recently. Seems as though they've been missing since the last time you guys saw them. And when you ask around about that drow that you guys ran into and Florentine, the night of the riots, his name was Fromage, in case you guys forgot. He's also been doing his usual thing and hiding. No one's seen of him, or no one really knows of him for the most part. It almost seems like everything was a dream that happened like a month ago. Over the past month, you guys are still having, all of you are having these dreams that are seemingly too real or are haunting you almost in your sleep. It's as if you're all in another timeline where Gilly never came back and the world you knew before your dream with Hamlet came true. Things are dark in that timeline where everything here in the current place that you are living seems as if it's floating. And besides those normal dreams that you guys have of just like living day to day life where Gilly is dead and dwarves and elves are all still enslaved and whatnot. So maybe it's not too terrible for Miles. But in his current line, he has it pretty good too still. We'll get there in a minute though. But in conclusion to all of the other dreams that you guys have, none of you this whole month have really gotten a full night's rest. Ziminiar, your dreams mostly consist of something happening to Martha, as over the past month you guys have grown mighty close and could almost even call it dating, exclusively. But nothing is official as of yet. Well, when you are not dreaming about Martha, you mainly dream of Hamlet talking to you about how different everything is. Not entirely detailed, rather vague, per usual with Hamlet. He talks about how this is not how he expected this timeline to go, but he always talks about how he fears on where it's leading. He never answers any questions you have, as if in the dreams you're almost like a therapist to him, just listening to him talk constantly. When you wake up, you don't really remember everything that's is talked about, but you feel as if your head is just bogged down and tend to be lost in thought until you see Martha in the morning getting ready in the mirror.